Let's make sure we get this stream going up and right. Let me just make sure that we have everything so that everyone can hear me. Probably not going to have a lot of viewers at first because this is our first stream and we're trying to build up our subscribers. So just trying to do a live, see if anyone's interested in watching while I do some work in the workshop. And let me make sure that I can. Perfect. All right, everybody. So we're going live today. Was just sitting in the workshop, thought I should go live. I know there's not a lot of people watching right now, but any and all support is always appreciated. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself while I'm just working on some projects here. We have our nice little axolotl, which will be going live on our Etsy shop very, very soon. I'm going to be recording the videos today so I can start posting that. And really, we're just trying to get going and see what we could do here. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself, and I'll reiterate this a couple times this stream in case anyone joins in late. My name is Zach. I'm a college student right now, and ever since for the past 5 years, I've been doing 3D printing. I love it. It's just been a way to express myself, like with this Green Goblin helmet, with this suit behind me, Mark 50 suit. Just whatever you want to make, you can make. I have always loved this. It's been a way for me to continue building my workshop. As you can see right now, we have 2 Elegoo Neptune 3s in our shop, Neptune 3 Maxes. I have a CR10S Pro V2 next to me, and I have an Ender 3 Max Neo, I believe, that's running, that's actually making another axolotl, color-changing axolotl. So yeah, I'm in college. I've been doing this a couple years now, and really, it's just something that I've always enjoyed doing. There's been tough times doing this. Mainly, I just started with an Etsy shop, and I just started putting helmets up to sell without a really big, I didn't know what I was doing, and I kind of just threw everything out there, tried to do it, and, I ended up getting a couple sales here and there, and it kind of made it so that I could progress to having these 4 printers running right now, and I have about 10 more in storage, which I just haven't set up yet because of our space. We're also in the process of just figuring out this workspace, so just really trying to figure it out there. We build Iron Man suits, as you can see in our background. We have the Iron Man Mark 50, which is standing there so nicely right now. I gotta say, it's been a challenge working on that one because it's a statue. I would have loved to do a video on this, but I did not. I just didn't record it as I was going, and it was really, it was just something that, like, I just didn't do it, and it came out terrific. I love how it came out. Personally, it's one of my favorite suits that I've made so far. Suits to work on, not so much, because if you know anything about this, it was a nanotech suit. The early suits in the Marvel Universe, they made to fit Robert Downey Jr., and they were made practically. But when it got to Infinity War and Endgame, they didn't make them practically, and they were all CGI. So it just made it that much harder with this. I found a second set of Mark 50 files that I really should have used, which I didn't realize until afterwards, but you live and you learn. So, we have our palm here. Came out pretty good, I think. It's a statue. This is not a wearable suit. I am working on a Mark III wearable suit right now, which is in the works. And I'm making this custom Halo suit, which this actually works out pretty well so far. But I got to figure out how I'm going to get this wearable because, as you can see, it's very large. But I don't know much about Halo, but someone wanted a custom Halo order, so I said, "All right, we'll try it out." Overall, that's coming. That's a suit that I'll be doing probably a quick video on eventually. As far as a workshop tour goes, I'm at my desk. 2 Ender 3 Neptune 3 Max Neo or Neptune 3 Maxes. They get these names so confusing at points. And we got a Mark 7 faceplate here. So all of this I will be finishing. I'll be posting on my Etsy. And really, the Etsy is just a way for me to fund my college and just expand the shop because I'm able to get new printers and get new filament that makes this, which I gotta say, I love how this came out. That's the one color, and this is the other color. I have another one right next to me that I'm working on, and or a lovable little Flexi Rexy that we just love so much. I think this is a medium-sized one, or yeah, I think this is a medium one. This has just been such a way that I can express myself and really hone my skills. It's been a hobby for me for a couple years now, like I said, and it's just something that I really enjoy doing. I personally started watching Frankly Built, Kiara's Workshop, and Emily the Engineer. I'm sure most of you have. If you're here, I love them. They were such an inspiration to me. Frank is what got me into 3D printing. I was just watching his videos on a Mark 85 helmet, and ever since then, I have just been going and going and going. My first printer was a CR10S, just like him. I still have it. I upgraded to the Neptune 3s. I really like Elegoo. Elegoo's been getting on me a lot. Like, just the quality of the product is what gets me. Just want to make sure we're doing good here. Yeah. So really, this is just my side hobby, full-time job. Depends on the day, depends on what we're doing, what we're working on, all that. Overall, I really enjoy it. And I hope that more people begin to watch this channel, as I would love to do this full time. And by full time, I mean weekly videos. I try to do daily shorts. Every subscription and and just watching this helps me hit that YouTube algorithm, which I'm really trying to do right now. We're trying to build this. I think we're up to 729 subscribers at the moment, which is awesome. That's more than I've ever managed to get on anything. And really, we're just trying to expand. Just making sure everything is online here. Yeah. And I'm going to grab one of our other helmets that we're working on right now. Helmets, which is actually going to be next week's tutorial. And it is the battle damaged Mark 85 helmets. You can see this is the Akira Yuming's Mark 85 model. Been using his for a total of 4 years now. I started off with Budwin's model on Thingiverse years and years ago. And eventually when I was making a sale or two and I had got enough money, I invested in Akira Yuming's. Now, Walsh 3D and the WF3D community has really, really gotten some amazing helmets, which I'm actually working on right now, which will be a kit that I'm going to be making available. It's Walsh 3D's Mark 85 helmet. And right now I only have the earpieces and the jaw printed and a couple of the little other pieces, but I'm printing the dome right now. I'm hoping to also make a finished helmet tutorial. This is the motorized jaw version. If I could get it, if you could see right here, that's the motorization for the jaw. So really, we're going to try to, like I said, we're trying to do one video a week. We're trying to do daily shorts when I have projects that are going on, which right now I am running these things full time for the past couple weeks now. The only time that this printer was down today to change the nozzle because it was clogged and I have to clean the nozzle. But I gotta say, Neptune 3s, I have not tried the Neptune 4s at all yet, but Neptune 3s I have not had any troubles with. The only trouble I had was with my first one. I had to, which was this one right here. I had to replace a cable on it, but it was 2 weeks after I got it. So I contacted Elegoo, and they were really, really quick about it. They sent me a brand new one, and it's been fine ever since. Knock on wood. We hope. These work great. They do really large prints. I do full thighs, cod pieces, chest pieces, back pieces. The Neptune 3 Maxes could take anything, almost anything. I very rarely have to slice the pieces anymore, just because of how streamlined they are. Overall, just no complaints about them. No complaints. And we're just waiting for more people to join. I hope people come back and watch this as our first stream. I hope to do these once a week on Saturdays. I hope to do them on Saturdays after work or whenever I can, because I do work part-time, and I hope to make this my full-time job. But overall, it's just something that I love to do, and love. Flexirexies love to jump around, is what I've learned. Just trying to make sure that our audio is continued to be good. Yep, perfect. This is my first time doing a live stream, so I've always wanted to do YouTube for years and years, but I never really was able to do it. Just between school and just life, it just wasn't possible. But I'll show you what I do like about the Walsh Mark 85 helmet is he made every piece completely different, like that you can pull it off, so that we have this. So now it's, I can make it in different pieces, which was something that I was afraid of for a long time. And I'll tell you, when I first started 3D printing, I was doing I started off with the CR10S, the magnetic build plate, and one roll of filament. And if you don't know, one roll of filament is about 2.2 pounds. So I had, my roll of filament, I had my CR10S, and I was like so afraid to print. Like I had never owned one of these before. So when I started, I would do like 6-hour prints, if that. If I did a 6-hour print, that was a long print. So I really started slow. Even until now, started doing like these print in place ones, like this axolotl. I was afraid to do them for a long time, mainly just because I didn't know what my printer could do, and I was afraid of failures and stuff like that. And I didn't feel comfortable doing it for long prints. So even my first Iron Man faceplate, which was a free helmet, Mark 85 helmet off of Thingiverse, I cut the faceplate in two. So it was like two 6-hour prints. And it just, now I do 5-6 day prints on my Elegoo's, and I don't look the other way. I just look, I don't look the other way about it. If I print a thigh and it says it's going to be 4 or 5 days, okay, I'll see it in 4 or 5 days. I usually do check, make sure there's no clogs, stuff like that, just because the worst thing you can have is the problems I've had are with the first layer. If you don't get the first layer right, sometimes it'll just topple over. You wake up to spaghetti in the morning. That is probably the worst feeling you could have, is when you go to bed, you're like, it's going to be done in the morning, and you come back and it's a pile of spaghetti. Really, it just takes time. These printers, they level themselves now. When I first started, there was no auto leveling feature. You took a piece of paper, you took the screw underneath, and you just tightened it until you could feel it going against the nozzle a bit. And like, that's why I just love these Neptune 3 Maxes, is because Elegoo has just made it so out of the box. You put this on, you attach the filament runout sensor, you level it, and you're good to go. Most people do, test prints. A lot of times with my printers that do auto leveling and stuff like this, I'll just throw a 12-hour print on there, and most of the time I won't look the other way, just because I've worked it before, and I just kind of know how to work it a little bit. I'm not saying you should do that. Most of the time I do test prints, just to be sure, because you never know with these things. I'll do like a little benchy, or I'll throw one of these on. And I gotta say, just really, really have liked them. And just, I gotta say, like, I can't complain about Neptune. Creality, there was a lot of issues towards the end of me using them. Not in a bad way, just I feel like we got like 10, 15 versions of the Ender 3. Elegoo, we got like 3, 4 versions, and they're all different, which is why I like them. Because they stick to something that works, and they just stay with it. They don't, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like these printers, they just run and run and run and run, and they very rarely need maintenance, which I've noticed. I like to switch between a 0.4 and a 0.6 millimeter nozzle. On this one right here, we have a 0.6 on it, and the one back there, we have a 0.4. Quality-wise is debatable. It depends on how much you like layer lines. Like this axolotl was printed at 0.6, and there are some areas that you can notice it. But overall, on finished products like helmets and suits, like if you check back here, this is multiple pieces, print, like layers galore. Layers galore, and just like you first look at it and it's night and day. And when you first start, I'll say, like, watching videos of somebody with a 3D print is way different than feeling the 3D print. because I'll tell you, I started with nothing. Like when I say nothing, I mean like I started with 3, 4 pieces of sandpaper, a 3D printer, and whatever spray paint I could afford. Really, that was it. I did not, I didn't have a palm sander, and I didn't have all this other stuff. I really only had, I only had, a couple things, a couple items. I did all the sanding by hand, uh, which on some items you have to do to begin with, but even on like a faceplate, I was doing it by hand. I was going and I was sanding it, which I will say for when you get up into the 320 grit, wet sanding, you got to do it by hand because you really get out all the dust and everything like that that will build up when you paint it. But overall, just getting to know how to do it, because palm sanding, with a little palm sander, I just have a DeWalt one that I just bought. Works really well. I enjoy it and I have no complaints about it. I had a Craftsman one for a long time, and I bought a couple cheap $20 ones, which is all you need to get started. But then I started doing like the suits and the helmets and all this other stuff, which starts to add up. And the cheap $20 palm sander over time will wear out, which is what I will say about that. I am working on building an Amazon store so that you could see what I use, because some people do this and they put this expensive stuff up there, and when you're just getting started, like I just started using I don't think I have any up here. I just started using NeoPixels with Arduino. And for the longest time, I messed with Arduino a little bit. And if you don't know what Arduino is, it's this little board. It's this little Arduino Nano, which is what I've used to control our suits. These things can be a lot. Not a lot of money. They're very inexpensive. I think $5 to $8 per Arduino Nano. Maybe. I'm not sure. I haven't checked in a long time, so don't quote me on that. But overall, I really just, I didn't use it. I always used LED eyes, and I just routed the wires however. And, on this suit is when I started using for the arc reactor, I used an 8x8 NeoPixel board. And, it took me about 3 hours to get it where I was able to upload it to the Arduino and get it hooked up. Now, hooking it up was the easy part in terms of just connecting a couple wires and calling it a day. Now, when you're first starting out, I always, I would recommend get yourself a good helmet file. Walsh 3D is amazing. This is the Mark 7 faceplate. I'm re-sanding it down because I didn't like how it came out. But, you could see where I'm sanding it and everything like that. And this was going to be a motorized helmet, but he then came out with a more updated version. So I decided I'm going to make that for just a regular Iron Man helmet that we'll be selling just regularly, not motorized. And I like to do stuff like this because I like to offer what I always wanted to people. And that was just being not an escape, but just being able to feel like you're in it. Like you don't have any greater feeling than when you put that helmet on for the first time and you just feel like you just gained a huge step. And that was probably for me one of the greatest moments was when I finished my first helmet, genuine helmet, which I believe was a battle damaged Mark 85 helmet. That was the first one that I really perfected and wanted to call my own. All the other ones were, they were a helmet, but I just wasn't happy with them. So my battle damaged Mark 85 was my first, this is game changing moment. And, I really just wanted to expand more, and I kept expanding and making things like, again, this Green Goblin helmet, which actually fits very well. It looks a little big, but I don't have the back on it right now to hold it up. But that is a work in progress, still to come. Now I use, if you're wondering what filament I use IIID Max filament because I buy it like 30 rolls at a time, which comes out to about $10 a roll. Now, if you're just starting out, like I'm telling you, don't cheap out on your filament. Don't think that because PETG is on sale and you're used to using PLA Plus that you should cheap out like I did. Because PLA Plus, for me, I love it. It's very easy to use. 215, 60. I keep it out in the garage because it's a well ventilated area. But you don't have much to worry about like ABS and stuff like that. PETG, I never got to work. I don't know why, but for me, it just never clicked. I tried printing in it. It was coming out it just wasn't coming out right. It wasn't printing right. I was getting failed prints. I was getting a lot of errors. So overall, really, it just wasn't working the way I wanted it to. But I think that as a beginner, PLA Plus isn't a bad idea. It's about $20 a roll, $15 to $20 a roll. I started out with eSun PLA Plus. Now, I would always use eSun. For my first 2 years, I probably only used eSun PLA. Then I think I moved over to JO for a little bit. And then I found IID when I started needing bulk material. But overall, I think that it's something you need to become accustomed to yourself. And to show you something else we have a multicolor chubby dino, which will also be going on our Etsy shop. Everything always goes on the Etsy shop because you never know what someone's going to want. So this is Isomate, I believe it is, PLA, multicolor PLA. I really like how it came out. Came out very good. That's the same thing as these axolotls, where they're different colors. Overall, it's a very, very good material. I actually got it as a gift, and I gotta say, I would highly recommend it. Definitely going to get another couple rolls as soon as I can. But this is where it's at right here. Just the chubby dinos. Gotta love them. I recommend if you want to get into this, do not cheap out on stuff that you think you're saving for, because at the end of the day, you're not saving and you're only going to hurt yourself, which is why I would say, like, you may think you're helping yourself by, oh, I'm going to save a couple bucks here, or I'm going to save a couple bucks there. But in the end, it really hurts you and your just everything that you're trying to accomplish, because it's just, it doesn't work at the end of the day. If you cheap out on filament and like tools and Replacement parts for your printers, it's going to break again and again. Thankfully, I gotta say, what I do like about Elegoo is it's direct drive, which means there is no Capricorn Bowden tube, which I have to say was the killer on most of my Crealities. Was that the Bowden tube would bust out of the extruder on the beginning end, or it would break in the heat sink and would cause filament blowout. But I have to say, ever since I moved to direct drive with Elegoo, my problems have been minimal. I'm not going to say there aren't, but my problems have been very inexpensive, very easy to fix. Most of the time, I have the replacement part on hand. But with Creality, it was week after week of just because at one point I had about 10 printers running at once, 10 to 12 at once. So it was a lot. It was not easy. It was not easy because everything goes right until everything goes wrong. Because everything for my printers worked until everything went wrong at once. That printer had a malfunction. This one failed. That one didn't work. This one has extrusion issues. So that's why these out of the box just work. Don't need much maintenance. I like to keep them clean, but overall, I just let them run and do their thing. There's no reason to not. So for anyone who's joining the stream, which it doesn't look like there's many right now, but we're hoping we're going to get those numbers up one of these days. We're hoping we can get those numbers up a lot. This is our goal. We want to get up there. So right now, my name is Zach. Go to college, doing this as a side hustle, and really just a way to express the things that I love so much. Overall, this is just what I love to do. I highly recommend it. And yeah, I mean, it's just, I love doing this, and I want to help people who want to get involved and start doing this to help them. And if anyone just wants products, I also offer that because I try to make them, I try to also help this run the printers and everything else for new projects and stuff. So just trying to make sure we're doing good here on our stream. Still at one viewer. Well, whoever you want, whatever. Back up a second. Whoever you are, thank you for watching. Hope you like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to answer any questions that people may have. But yeah, this is just something that I love to do, and just trying to get ourselves out there. Because if you see, our Etsy shop is fairly new. Sometimes, we're just trying to expand ourselves and get out there more. Overall, I think we're doing good so far. We're hoping to do more in terms of sales and make this full time. I would love to eventually get like a warehouse area for this, because my goal would be to get this to the point that I can have a wall of printers, a table with a work area, and I could just go to work like a normal job. Another prop that we have here is a little Flexi Chameleon. Only the Flexi Rexies are up on our Etsy shop right now, but if you stay tuned, probably a few days from this posting and going live, We should have the axolotls up, the chubby dino up, and maybe another helmet up. We're trying to do more, but we're also trying to maintain our current customer, our current clients, and trying to get all of that done and ready to go. So, another helmet you'll probably see is the motorized Walsh Mark 85. I'm probably just going to do an updated finished Mark 85. Probably going to do a finished Mark 3, motorized Mark 3. Same with the Mark 7. Mark 50 is already up, but I know this helmet does need some work. I was doing it just so I could put it on the suit and finish it, but I know it does have some issues. Has to do with the helmet creator files as well. I don't want to call them out at the moment just because it's not, it's a hard suit to make. Especially considering it's just a nanotech suit and it's supposed to be seamless. So it's a very tough thing to do. But as you can see, we have it also hanging down from the garage just so that it doesn't fall over at the moment. Not that it will when it's done, but we're still working on a couple quirks in it right now. So we're trying to figure those out and hopefully get it out this week. Another fidget toy that I keep forgetting about is this little thing. Which I have to say, if you just like the sounds, it's just a really great thing. These are going to be going up as well in the next couple days. Just trying to make as many as we can to get a surplus up in stock. So as you can see, we have some fidget toys we're working on here. Really great to just sit and just go along the desk and play with. I do it at the table all the time. It's very fun, especially when you start making these. Like, these are so fun. And I'm hoping I could spread that joy with other people who want the product but don't want to have to get the printer to get the product. Same thing with these and the FlexiRXs, which the FlexiRXs a lot of people have kind of done right now, but I like them. I like selling them, and it's something that I hope other people enjoy. What else are we working on? We're working on a finished Mark III suit, which I hope to be showing you soon. This is supposed to be done by next week. So I think we'll be finishing that fairly soon. Yeah, overall, I kind of gave you the big, well, not the shop tour, but as much of a shop tour as I can give at the moment. We just have a lot of projects we're working on, aka I'm working on, along with school and work and doing this. Like I said, I want it to the point that I could do this full time. And with your support, I think we can make it happen. But overall, it's just something that I know is going to take some time, and I think it can happen. What else do we have that we're working on right now? Yeah, we have like the Walsh 3D Mark 85, which I have three or four of his helmet files, and I gotta say, he is probably one of, if not the best helmet creator out there. I have his Mark III suit, which I'm actually building now. I just gotta say, like, the simplicity and the availability of the suit to make it has been phenomenal. Like I said earlier, it's just crazy, how far this community has come in the past couple years. And I just really got to say, I want to expand upon it. Now, when you look at his files, especially the suit files, they may seem expensive to you. I think they're about $150 for his suit files. His helmet files are about 20 to 30 bucks, I think. Don't quote me, but last time I checked, it was about 20 to 30 bucks. Now, the suit files can seem expensive. They were expensive to me when I first bought them, but you have to look at what they do. He has 20 plus motors in it where you could have the back flaps, the chest flaps, detachable chest plates, motorized helmet, forearm motors, calf motors, basically every motor under the sun you could put in that suit so that it's about as movie accurate as you're going to get when it comes to a suit. Because obviously, these, if you've built one before, because I'll tell you where I started. So about 5 years ago, during the times that were just crazy, I started watching Frank Little, and I started looking because I was just like, the printer was expensive at the time. It was like $500 total to get started. If you started with Elegoo and you just got like a smaller printer, you could probably do it for about 350, 400 maybe. So a little less than when I started. So I was looking and I found that you could do these foam suits. And at the time, we weren't leaving the house or anything like that. So I had cardboard. So my first suit that I did was a cardboard Mark 85. And at the time, I thought that was as high as you could get. Like, I thought it looked good. When you put it on, it was good. I had no idea what I was getting into because I started making the Mark III helmet and the Mark III suit, and I made the Hulkbuster helmet. It was huge. I would love to 3D print a Hulkbuster suit, but we know there's limitations on that. But I'll tell you that when I started, it was very, I was cardboard. We had a lot of Amazon boxes coming at the time, so I was just I was printing it out with Pepakura files, and I was just making the suit. I made a Mark 7 suit, I made a Mark 85 suit, and I made a Mark 3 helmet, and that's just really how I started. That's really all I did for my first couple months during that time, and used a lot of hot glue. Made my parents very angry with how much hot glue I used, but they were happy that I had a hobby. And so I believe it was that winter I said, I've been doing this for about 8 months now, and it's something that I really enjoy doing. I love what I do, and I want to take this to the next level with a 3D printer. And I did my research. I looked at it for weeks. Black Friday came, and I said, you know what? I want to get it. So I told my parents, I said, if you can get this for me, I have $100 right now, and I want to pay you back over time because I want to turn this into something. And it was slow at first because I'll tell you, I have this broken Captain America shield, which I might pull out in a minute. I started with a helmet, and I was like, I got to figure out a way to pay for something because I had a lot of anxiety about getting a job. Because I knew I was going to have to at one point, but I didn't want to. I really didn't want to get a job. It really just, I didn't want it to take away from school. I didn't want it to do anything like that. So I said, I could do this. Let me start an Etsy shop. So I started an Etsy shop, and I just worked and worked and worked. And it was slow at first. I mean, I sold a couple things here, a couple things there, $5 here, $5 there, nothing substantial. And it was really slow. It was slow. It was just not worth the time that I was putting into it. And I eventually shut that shop down, and I said, I need to reevaluate what I'm doing here because I had a desk in my room where I just made stuff up. I watched Frank's videos and I tried to make things. And like I said, my first successful product was the Battle Damage Mark 85 helmet, which I still hold to this day as my favorite helmet. Um, and just overall, it took a long time, and I'm hoping that we could get more people on here to watch this. And if you want to get started, I hope to be making tutorials, and I hope to be doing stuff like this. We're trying to get people involved, or if you just want a cool toy, or you want a little well, this one's a pretty big axolotl. I think this might be the medium or large size that we're going to be doing, depending on how small I could get them, because if print and place sometimes is a little tough on when you get smaller. So we're going to see what we could do with those. I hope to turn this into a full-time thing. And just make it something that other people can enjoy. I hope that these axolotls we could turn into something. I hope that we could turn these fidget toys into something, because they're very cool when you just start like doing that, and you just start and they just twist together. It's great. And we're going to offer different color variants, basically every color under the sun. Which I think the black and blue looks pretty cool, but that might not be your thing. You might want purple and yellow, and we will offer that. You might want clear and blue. We can also offer that. Overall, we want this to be something that we could do. I'm going to try to shoot for about an hour and a half streams once a week, so we could start to get those watch hours up. I want to get monetized. I want to turn this into something, and with your help, I think we can do that. But it's just going to be hard right now, just because if you've ever started something and you felt really down and depressed, these things, this is what has helped me maintain and keep a level head at points, is just 3D printing, and helped me get through a lot of times, which a lot of people don't talk about. And, I want to get to the point where I could be doing this full time and have, a nice rack along the walls full of 3D printers. And I could say, here's what I like, and here's what I don't like. Right now, I could tell you I've dealt with Elegoo and Creality. And I got to say, Elegoo, I would love to do partnerships with them one day. But these are all goals that you have to have goals, because if you don't have goals, then you'll always fall short. And ever since I've started making goals to be doing this, I have met and exceeded my goals, which I would really like to do. Another thing I would like to do is, once we get higher up in subscribers and watch hours and followers on Instagram and everything like that, we want to do giveaways. Whether it be raw print helmets, finished helmets. I think the first giveaway I'm going to want to do is around 5 to 10,000 subs and 5 to 10,000 followers. So whichever comes first. I'm probably going to forget this, but I know I want to do one around there, and I hope that we can. So that's really what we want to do, is we want to get to that point that we could be doing this full time and everything like that. So let me actually make a post about our live stream. See if we can get maybe some viewers coming on here, so that maybe we can get maybe a couple subs. We'll see. That would be the hope. So we're just gonna make an Instagram, not a post, a story. I don't think. Yeah, we don't have any chat messages yet, but that's okay. So let me see if I can share this live. Damn. All right, let's see what we could do here. Trying to quickly share this. Oh boy, this is this is my first time doing this, so hopefully we could get this to work. So we're gonna go to our Instagram page, which if you don't follow us on Instagram, you really should, because that is where we post a lot of our products and everything like that. And new updates and basically everything under the sun. So we're gonna make a quick post about our live so that we could have hopefully more people join. And we hope more people join because we would love to see the support and just this is something that I'm very passionate about. So let's see. So we're just going to make this real quick so we could hopefully get some people on. That would be amazing if we could even get a few people to help watch and get a couple followers or a couple subs. That would be, our goal today would be like 10 viewers. If we could get 10 viewers in 40 to 45 minutes, I would be happy with that. Because this is something, like I said, I'm passionate about. I want to do it. Let's make sure our YouTube link works. Yes, it does. It does. Perfect. So right now we're at 57 followers, 729 subscribers, and hopefully we will be getting more. Who really knows? But that is the hope and the dream. So overall, I would recommend checking out our Etsy and our Instagram, which the links for that are in the description below. Definitely subscribe for more updates. And as we expand and we start doing more and we start making this our full-time priority, we can start upgrading things, maybe get a studio to be doing this in, which I would love to do. Overall, just like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you want to see next. I got a lot of ideas. I got a lot of stuff I want to do with this channel. We really, really want to bring it out and expand it and do as much as we can, but I can't do that without your help. Really, that's what we're shooting for. We want that. We want people to become involved, and just, I would love to keep doing this. And I think this is going to be something that we could do more often. But like I said, right now, once a week lives. Try to do daily shorts. I think today's will be our axolotls because, and here's another one. So we got 2 and 3. These are all off the same roll of filament, by the way, because it just keeps going around and around. So that is my goal, is to be making a video on these today, which should be coming. I'm going to make the videos today. It'll drop tomorrow. Trying to figure out when is a good time for when is a good time to have videos drop. I don't know at the moment. I'm not gonna lie. Right now, it's it is what it is. I mean, I'm trying to just see what we could do here. And it looks like we might have 3 viewers. I don't know, but if you are all watching, I really, really appreciate it. And I think we're gonna go for another half an hour, and really just see if anybody else joins. Like I said, our goal is 10 for today. Goal is 10. Hopefully, we can make it. But it's our first stream, so honestly, anything is possible. But at the same time, we might only get 3. Yeah. So, oh, that's another one that I can bring out. Is another helmet. So this right here, we have our Wolverine helmets. A Wolverine cowl from Deadpool and Wolverine. So this is printed in PLA, just like this. So, got to figure out how to center this. Getting used to the camera. You can see how cool this came out. The nose got chipped off, so I have to fix that. But overall, this is also available. This is the raw print version because I haven't made a finished version yet, but it is wearable, but I can't fit it on my fat head because it's just not possible. Most people it does fit, but for me, I can get it. I just don't have the everything set up to do that right now. Overall, I really appreciate everybody who's watching right now. We're trying to get monetized by the end of 2025. Might move those goals up if we start to get there, but I don't know. It's kind of been a slow month. A slow but quick month has been February. We're trying to build. We have 700, a little over 700 subscribers right now. I'd like to hit that 1,000 by the end of March, which I know is a lot, but I hope to make it there. Yeah. It's just something that I love. I just love doing this, and I hope we could continue. I don't think anyone has seen the stream yet. I hope they do soon. Thank you for everybody who is liking the video. Everything helps. Watch hours, likes, comments, anything. And yeah, I mean, really just really enjoying doing this. Yeah, I mean, just if we could continue doing this, that would be just wonderful. Doing an hour and a half live every week. Probably going to help boost our watch hours a lot. And hoping that we can continue. But yeah, so this is a little gecko that we made, a Flexi Gecko. So we have the Flexi Gecko, the Flexi Rexy, which is, for reference, this is the small Flexi Rexy. And this is, I think I'm going to make this the small gecko just because of how it turned out. I think I'm going to start doing bundles. So I'm getting one more Flexi, and I'm going to do 3 random colors, and we're going to make that a pack on our Etsy shop. Get 3 random colors, or one of each, a gecko, a Flexi Rexy, and something else. Maybe a shark, maybe there's a couple flexi items that I saw that I want to do, but I think maybe a shark, maybe a gecko. Um, so like a flexi, a shark, and a gecko, maybe something like that. To that extent, that we can do bundles, and stuff like that. That would be awesome. So let's see where we're at on this right now. If we are getting any views. Looks like we have 3 viewers, so nobody has seen the Instagram yet. Hoping we could get watch hours up, but who knows? As you know, to hit, or some of you may know, to hit um, to hit monetization status, full monetization status, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 public watch hours or 10 million shorts views. And I gotta say, like, hitting 10 million shorts views is quite extensive. It's very difficult and discouraging at points when it gets pushed out by the algorithm. You get 500 to 1,000 views and it just flatlines. And I try to just improve upon something every video. Every video we do, we try to do something a little better, and we try to work on it a little more. So what are we looking at right now? So we have 3 people watching, 3 viewers, and I'm hoping this drives a little more traffic to the channel too. Just trying to get everything out there. Thank you for everyone who's liked the video and liked my story. Everything helps. So yeah, I mean, we got nice little pyramid spinner. I don't really know what it's called, or I don't have a name for it. So we'll have to come up with a name to post it on Etsy. And if you know anything about selling on Etsy, how their SEO and everything has changed so much recently, that it has just really, really, really messed up what we do. Just their algorithm and everything like that. Like on our Etsy shop right now, the marketing and SEO that's done by Etsy is almost non-existent. I really want to make this a full-time thing, and I can't do that without your guys' help. Every sale, basically, we just reinvest it back into the shop. I use that to get new printers, to get more spray paint, to experiment with different kinds of things for videos. I really just do this to keep expanding this because this is what I love to do. And it's just something that I would love to continue doing in the next, as long as I can, because you don't know how long this stuff is going to last. It could last forever. It could last a couple years. But I think this is something we can grow. This is something we can do. It's a very big community of people, and I think we can really expand upon it and continue doing everything like this. So I think we're going to do about another half an hour for the stream today to see if anybody else maybe wants to join who sees that we're streaming and wants to join the party over here. I'm hoping to have more props for next time, which would be great, but I feel like having all this flexi stuff is a good start. And you know, every subscriber helps, every subscriber helps, every like helps, every view helps. So really, we're just trying to turn this into a full-time thing that we can do consistently, and I can't do that without your guys' help. Um, so I guess I'll show you what I have been working on for this Iron Man Mark 50 suit. Is the wings for the back, and you could see how big these are. I literally have bars sticking out just so that they can sit in the back. I have the other 3 wings sitting to the side, but I thought I would just show that one because honestly, as tough as this suit has been for so many reasons, when you put those wings on and you put the lights on and it comes together, you just feel it in the room. And it just is awesome. So, overall, I just, yeah, it's really great to be here. It's really great to, let's see if we could share this again. We do have a Twitter or X page too, which I recently just started, so it's not to the levels that I want it yet, but I think we can get there. And I think we can. Let me see if I could share the live stream link again to see if anyone else wants to join in our last half hour here. Let's get this set up. You know, so overall, just really trying to perfect this, and obviously, you know, nothing is perfect. So, and that's another thing that we will touch upon in a future video is just trying to perfect your products or your things when not necessarily that it can't be perfect, but you will always see something wrong with it in your eyes. Like when I look at this stuff, you know, I'll always see something wrong with it. I'll always see a blemish or a layer line or whatever I see. You know, but I could point out every single thing that's wrong with what I made. And not necessarily that it's bad, but if I don't like how a line came out or this Captain America shield, which I'm redoing, this I made many years ago, or not many years ago, a couple years ago. You could see I already started to resand it down, which many of you may say that, wow, that came out awesome. But personally, when I look at it, I see so much that was wrong with it that I have to fix. And that's why I'm making it again, is to go back and try to perfect it better than the last time I did. And really that's what you have to do, is just you have to look at it and say, what can I improve upon it next time I make this? Every helmet I make, I do something better with it the next time. And every prop that I make, I say, what can I do better with it the next time? And you know, you start to get into this system where you know, you'll let the paint sit a little differently, or you'll do the battle damage a little differently, or you'll use a different washing technique when you try to get the black on the helmet. You'll try to do different stuff like that in order to just make it better all around, make it better. And that's something that I've struggled with on every single thing that I've made, is you look at it and you say, I could have done this better. I could have done that better. And not necessarily that it looks bad, because most of the time we make these things and they look amazing. But then you'll look at it and you'll say, I could have done this, I could have done that. You start to see little lines. And there's only so much you could do. You know, you could sit here for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours doing it. And, eventually you'll get it pretty close to perfect, but it'll never be 100% perfect. So I'll show you the size difference between our, yes. So this is our small Flexi Rexy, and I think that might be our large, actually. Yeah, I think that might be our large. And I'm going to be investing in some mics, some cameras, some lights that we can use to make this workshop a lot better, because I think we could really take this a long way. I'm trying to do this early enough so that people who come back and watch it can, because I live on the West Coast, not all the way on the West Coast, but the Western time zone, Pacific time. So I know that when I post, I have to post it when East Coast can watch it and West Coast can watch it and everybody can watch it, especially on a Saturday, because just how much is involved with it. So, overall, just we're trying to expand the shop, make it better, and improve upon it every single day, which I feel like we have been doing. Our videos have improved quite a bit since we first started. This is my first live stream, so this is our baseline. Can only go up from here. And we're just trying to make this something bigger, which we want to do always, always. So I'm working on a Falcon and Winter Soldier, Falcon Captain America shield. This was a file that I got. The shield broke, so that broke off with it, but I'm working on fixing it. Again, this is like the 4th time I've had to fix this shield. So I might want to make a new one and probably make it better than I made this first one, which is the goal. And it should always be the goal, is to make it better than the last time you made it. I want to do some finished Captain America shields, but I got to say there are some guys out there who make some pretty sick Captain America shields. So I might make a few and maybe sell them here and there just to get some more stuff out there that people might be interested in, because maybe you don't want the metal Captain America shield. Maybe you want, just a nice one that you can hang up or play around with a little bit. I found that a lot of this stuff is very durable. That broken Captain America shield that I made is, it's thicker, which I didn't like, but I will say shield-wise, I can stand on it, and I've jumped on it before, and nothing has happened to it. And it's still very strong, which is the other thing that I like about PLA Plus too, is that it is just so strong that it's, it's hard to beat. I've stood on things, I've tried to crush things, and that's what's funny about 3D prints is some prints you can literally stand on and nothing will happen. Other prints you can drop the wrong way and it'll shatter, just depending on what you make. And I don't think I have any on hand. Oh, but I'll show you an example. Like this dome is very strong. It's very strong, but like you could see, it fits good. But this piece and this piece in the back, they love to snap. Like if I dropped it and this hit the ground first, if it fell at the right angle, it could break, which I've had before. I've had happen many times, and it's happened on finished projects. So I'm going to show you what our Battle Damage Mark 85 helmet should look like when you put it on. Obviously, it's not fully put together yet, so it's going to look a little off. if we could get it. Usually I have magnets in here that help it stay together, but the magnets are not put in yet because I'm not that far in the video yet. So once you have this on, well, you're sort of getting the idea, but I'm going to try to get it so that you guys can see that these things are wearable. And there we go. So you can see, obviously, your hair is not going to stick out when you get this actually on. Most people wear like ski masks that go over their head in order to protect their hair. I have very long hair. Just have to get a haircut. But it won't be sticking out the side of the head of your head when you wear it. I do recommend having your hair pulled back in order to protect your hair, because the most painful thing you can experience is when one of those gets caught in your hair and you try to pull it off, because it just hurts so much, so much. But overall, just really appreciate the support and everything we're trying to do here. Like I said, we're trying to expand. We're trying to do better here and get more. Just get more. So that's really what we're trying to do. And have people come here from Instagram? I'm not sure. But we have gotten some watch hours from this, which I do appreciate, because those watch hours are so hard to get. And then you learn that YouTube Shorts watch hours don't count towards your watch hour requirements, which suck, because then you get 150 hours of Shorts watch hours, which is great, but they don't count towards your requirements. So it's just a pain. It's just a pain. But I really do appreciate the support. You guys, I'm gonna be posting this so that you can always come back and watch this. Maybe we'll get some more watch hours out of it, and people could see what we're doing here. But you could see we have a lot of flexible animals here, between axolotls, little geckos, flexi-rexies. So I think these are going to be our smalls. These geckos are the small version, which you could see is about the size of your palm. It fits in your palm. So it's a good, just fidget toy, really. If you just want one in your hand, you could play with it. You could do whatever with it. You don't have to worry. But where, like this one, this Flexi Rexy, is quite large, starting to get on the larger end. And this Flexi Rexy, which I have to say, you could see is just about as large as my head. This one unfortunately failed, but we're able to see size comparison from extra large to mini. So I think this is our extra large on Etsy, but this one obviously is not being sold because it has half of the back out. That would not be a good look. You like to go. He kind of died because the power went out. And if you know anything about these flexible beds, when it loses its heat, the print automatically becomes detached from the bed. So you're basically you're done with the print. I've tried to save those prints before because I've been so close to getting it finished, and the power will go out, which the power doesn't go out that often here, but when it goes out, it goes out and you're done. You don't have it for a bit. So what we also have here is the Mind Stone and the Time Stone, which I have to actually disconnect these from each other. They're for my Nano Gauntlet, which is the full-size Hulk Gauntlet. I did print it to scale. And for comparison, I think I have the thumb right here. so that you could see that this is the thumb. The thumb kind of fits around my head. I have to reprint this thumb because I lost, this kind of fell off, but you could see how big this is. This is like a football, kind of. But I really enjoy printing stuff like that because you can't find it anywhere. Like I see a lot of them on Etsy that sell the metal ones and they say they're full size, but then they're like this big. But for me, like I just love the authenticity of a product. So if it's full size, I want it to be like the size it would actually be in the movie, which is why I love making it full size. Probably my favorite thing to do. So, yeah, just a lot of stuff to look forward to. This is going to be going out soon. And if you're just joining now, or you're, hopping in real quick to see where we're at, my name is Zach. I run Mythic Designs 3D, Etsy, Instagram, Twitter /X. Don't have a Facebook yet, maybe. Depends on what we could do. And if you guys are interested in anything that I make, or you have someone who a friend who would be interested, all the support helps. Basically, we sell these little Flexi Rexies up to fully finished suits. So really, we sell a wide variety of items that just you can find, and we do custom orders as well. We're starting to move into away a bit from Iron Man, more custom Iron Man products like the Iron Zombie, the Battle Damage Mark 85, which is all custom, and trying to move more towards that, or more towards motorized Mark 85 stuff like that, or Rainbow Chubby Dino. This guy, I gotta say, just very cute and lovable. Just love looking at this guy, and just having him sit on your desk is just awesome, especially with the axolotls. Really love them. And, I hope I could do a shop tour one of these days. Right now, I'm just getting everything set up because I only really decided I wanted to do YouTube about a month ago. I think it's been a month. I think my first couple videos were made at the beginning of the month, which it's crazy how fast time goes by because the month is almost over already. I was hoping to start my suit this month, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. If you don't know, that's the Walsh Mark III suit. And I want to do it fully motorized, fully everything. And I'm going to do like a whole video series on how I'm going to be measuring myself and putting it into Armorsmith and getting everything to fit me. The motorized parts are going to be a little bit of a pain to do that. So we may have to adjust how we motorize it, which I feel like, because I'm making a Mark III right now, the back of the Mark III that I'm making fits me very good. The chest and the back. The abs in the back abs piece, I do need to adjust a little bit. This Mark III I'm making for someone right now. So it's not mine, but I'm able to get a good baseline because they fit at 100% scale. So I'm able to kind of see where I'm at in terms of all of that, which is good because I would, sometimes you print it and you wait like 4 days to get a printout, and then you find out that it doesn't fit. So that always sucks a lot. But we're going to take the last 5 minutes. If anyone on here has questions or wants to know anything, we can do that. Or, I'll just see if anyone joins because, I love doing this and I just want to get more people involved. So let's see if, our thing was posted on Instagram. Everyone, I really appreciate anybody who did watch, who watched it live. And I really just appreciate anyone who watches this in the future if you want to come back and watch something. Um, I know that we have a lot to work on, but I feel like we're getting somewhere, and I feel like we're starting to build this in the right direction. And I feel like we're doing pretty good. But if anyone has any questions or wants to ever ask me anything, always comment, and I check it daily. I do check it daily. Um, so I will know within, a couple hours of checking it. Hopefully, by the time I see it, I can respond. And, I always like to respond to everyone and everything like that there. Like I said, Gecko, Chubby Dino, and Axolotls, and the spinners will be available soon. Um, which I hope to be doing this week, actually. I'm trying to I'm trying to get a little more variations so that I am able to show you and show people who are interested in them the different variations that we have available, which are plentiful. There's plenty of variations you can get of these. These you could do basically any color schemes and sets you want to do, which is why I love them so much. Um, and yeah, so to put a final note in, I'm Zach. This is just a hobby that I like to do, and I like sharing that with everybody else. And I just run this Etsy and hopefully this YouTube to fund all of this and hopefully make more like this, because this, as a wearable suit, I will say it's got its upsides and its downsides, but I hope to be able to make more like that and more like this, which I'll show you about the Mark 7 real quick. Walsh does interior details on all of his helmets. So there's that. And we really just appreciate the support, and anything helps. So even a quick little Flexi Rexy, an axolotl, whatever you like. If you have somebody who knows that they'll love a little Flexi axolotl for their for their for their shelf or whatever, um, that would be great. And if anybody is interested and wants to reach out to me on Instagram. I try to respond to anyone who's on Instagram as soon as I can. And yeah, so I think we're gonna cut the stream here. But I would love if anyone who watched, definitely like, subscribe, leave a comment on what your favorite part was. I know this was an introduction today, but I would like to hopefully do some more in the coming weeks. So stay tuned. Next Friday or Saturday, we're going to try to do another stream. Probably shooting towards Friday, just for simplicity's sake. I might be doing Friday night live streams, which might be better, but we'll see. We'll really see what works. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more.